American superhero media has been at the forefront of the pop culture zeitgeist for over a decade now. When you look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with characters like Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Captain America, it's easy to see why they're so well loved because they're characters that are ridden with depth and dimension first and foremost. Now, while this admiration is more than well deserved, how often do we look on the other side of the world? Hi, my name is Noah Bowden, and this is going to be my video essay on why I think Tokusatsu as a genre deserves more international appeal. Now, before we get started, I kind of feel the need to explain what the concept of Tokusatsu is to anyone that might not quite be familiar with it. So, what is Tokusatsu exactly? Well, Tokusatsu is a Japanese genre of filmmaking that roughly translates to special effects, but it more so refers to Japanese superhero and monster media like Godzilla. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to focus on the superhero aspect. So according to Jorge Salas of the Tokusatsu Network, Tokusatsu has its roots in kabuki theater with its heavy use of dramatic fight and action scenes. And this is more so what the genre is about, as we'll see with some of its most popular franchises. Now, within Tokusatsu, there exist 3 shows that are known as what's called the Big Three, and they are Super Sentai, which is more well known to Western audiences as its American adaptation Power Rangers, Kamen Rider, and Ultraman. Now, these 3 shows are anthology series where they have different iterations that span over the course of a 55-year history, if you can believe that. Now, Super Sentai usually involves a team of helmet and spandex-clad heroes that fight villains with the usual motivation of world domination, whereas Kamen Rider is more so of a lone hero series that sees the hero fighting an organization, an evil organization with the same power set as them. And Ultraman is also a lone hero series as well, but what separates this from Kamen Rider is the fact that they're giant-sized heroes, usually the size of skyscrapers, and also that more often than not, they're aliens. So with these 3 shows being so distinct yet so similar, that makes them ripe for the picking for multinational audiences. So what exactly is its potential as a genre? Well, just like Marvel and DC, Tokusatsu has the same exact storytelling potential, where it can adapt to different genres, appeal to different audiences, and it can be dramatic, it can be comedic, it can be scary at times too. So if it's so versatile, then why isn't it more widely available? Well, according to film expert and author August Ragone, who I recently had the privilege to sit down and interview, he told me that Toei Company, the company behind Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, they have a premium price set that makes it hard for international distributors to, well, distribute their shows. And they're not always willing to pay that price. But conditions have improved recently, where 12 out of the 45 seasons of Super Sentai have been made available via DVD and streaming, but recently those rights have kind of been tied up in a bit of a legal issue. But more recently, Kamen Rider has had 2 out of 31 of its seasons released just via streaming. And then Super Rider Productions, the company behind Ultraman, is currently working on having their entire catalog released here. Now, no pop culture hit is complete without its fair share of merch, and Tokusatsu has plenty of merchandise, with role-play toys, there's action figures, and there's also apparel. And according to Kyle Anderson from Nerdist, U.S. company Bluefin, under their subsidiary Team Kamen Rider, is currently working on having Kamen Rider merchandise sold on their website. Now, there isn't as big of a push for Super Sentai and Ultraman in that area, but their products can be found in major retailers such as Amazon and also eBay. Now, if Super Sentai was given its fair share in a market outside of Japan, I think it would make a lot of money because people love to buy products related to their favorite media. Now, combined with multimedia, merchandise, and storytelling, it's a wonder why Tokusatsu isn't as popular as it should be. I mean, I believe that it can excel in a market outside of Japan if given its fair shake. and maybe someday it can even be seen alongside the giants of the industry. Well, at least I hope so.